Hey you guys, so today I'm going to show you how I color my wigs black. I'm using the Clairol Textures and Tones 1B. It's the best color besides the Revlon number 10. If you can find the textures and tones these days, because right now it's kind of hard to find, so I just either get the textures and tones or I have the Revlon Color Silk number 10, and right now I get them at the store, and when they stock them I just go ahead and purchase all of them. So sorry. You can also order them, but it's just cheaper if you can kind of get them like at Walmart or somewhere. Kroger has them also. So when you mix up the formula, you just want to make sure that you shake it back and forth, kind of like roll the bottle back and forth so that you can get all of the developer and the pigment mixed in together. As you can see at the top in the nozzle, a lot of that developer is up there, so when you open the top, just make sure that you're in a place where it doesn't fly out and stain your countertops or some other parts of your house. So now I'm just going to lay this wig out, and I like to use this detangling brush, turn it around so that the opening part where you put your head in is up and the outside part is laying flat. And then you just brush from the bottom up. You're just trying to loosen up the curl pattern so that way when you put in the color, you can get every piece saturated. And the brush is good because as you're massaging the color in with your hands, you can take that detangling brush and just distribute the color more. These are just things that I learned as being a professional hairdresser and hair colorist, that a lot of color brands, professional brands, work best when you massage the color into the strand of the hair, and it actually gets it activated and it gets it in there better. But doing that with any color works really well. As you can see, I just showed you the instructions. It's pretty much straightforward, but if you don't know what to do, which is probably why you wanted to watch this video, then for sure read the directions first. And then I'm using 2 pairs of gloves because I make wigs for different people as private label, and I got a whole batch of wigs in and didn't have any gloves. I forgot to bring some from work, so I had to use these little cheap flimsy gloves. So I was like, okay, since my nails keep getting jet black as well, I'm just gonna use 2 gloves for now and make it do what it do. But please, I would recommend that you actually go to the Dollar Tree or your dollar store and get some kitchen gloves. That way, nothing penetrates through those gloves onto your nails, because it will take weeks to get it off without you doing some sort of like scrub or something, which I never remember to do. So now what I'm doing is I'm starting, like I said, on that inside part, on that bottom layer where I put the first tracks in, and I just kind of squeeze the color out in like a zigzag pattern just to get some of the hairs underneath saturated. And then I am brushing it through. You just want to be really gentle. Hold on to the inside cap. Don't snatch. Don't, pull or tear anything, because if this isn't a personal wig, you don't want to tear up somebody's wig or rip the hairs off, even if they're machine sewn. You just want to be as gentle as possible. But I always like to start underneath the bottom, and now I'm flipping it over so I can get that last row completely saturated. And from there, I just go in between like each section that I sewed, because it's kind of like you're parting the hair. And that's going to allow me to go in order and make sure that I get every piece completely covered with the hair color. Again, I'm using Clairol Textures and Tones 1B. That is the blackest one, and it's not readily available everywhere. And these wigs that I've been making, especially like a 28-inch, 26-inch wig, anything over like 12, in the density, you're gonna use a lot of color. So just be prepared for that. You're going to need at least three boxes of color for like a 26, 28-inch thick density wig. So just be prepared. Per wig, go ahead and buy however much color you can buy. Now you see where I told you I do it in between the parts, like where I sewed it, because that just helps me go in order, go in sections. I found that even if I do it at work on a mannequin head, this is actually faster and it is less messy, believe it or not, for me to lay it flat and just go like section by section and do it. Like I don't have to deal with all the clips and all that stuff. I can just do it like this. And I'm using an old sign that I had on my countertop. It's like a corrugated cardboard, and that way I can just clean that off and reuse it later. But it pretty much covers a lot of space, so you don't have to worry about that. Or you can get a drop cloth like I saw in somebody's video, and that'll work good too. But this just allows me to keep it clean, keep it classy, and I don't mess up anything. Now up here is the closure, and you want to take your time with the closure. You want to part the hair like you're actually doing somebody's hair, and you want to go in sections, and you want to be super gentle. Do not touch that closure by like pulling, tugging. You're just placing your hand underneath for reinforcement, and you're not even brushing by the lace. You're only brushing the hair. Keep that in mind, you guys. Do not brush the lace, only brush the hair. And then I just make sure that I use the last little drops to get close. Now if you've already pre-bleached your knots, you don't want to get this close, or you do not want to rub this in. But if you haven't pre-bleached the knots, because I did that last, now I can get close all the way like up to the lace here. And because I'm gonna pre-bleach, I'm gonna bleach the knot, sorry. It's gonna, you know, clean that lace up if anything does get stained. And then just save one of your bottles, because you can use that water that's gonna be left inside of your color bottle as a toner, a very light toner, because the Jet Black is blue based, so it will take away any redness or, you know, oranginess that you have. So that's it.